Item 23 is an ordinance. Just need a vote.
Councilmember Pollard, on 23.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a couple issues with this particular item. Honestly, I just can't understand how we routinely see vendors grossly below their MWBE goal. This particular vendor, which is a certified minority firm, I'm glad they got to work, and I heard they're actually doing good work with the city, but there was an initial 24% MWBE goal on this contract back in 2014. And 6-7 years later, they're only currently achieving a 3.5% participation level. So either the initial goal was wrong, or the vendor is not doing enough to identify other minority firms to participate, or a combination of both. But they had to list vendors initially in 2014 that would make up that 24%. So I don't know exactly what the true issue is, but the city has to find ways to make accurate goal percentages, or not continue to reward and re-award contracts to vendors who are not meeting their goals. And I spoke to Director Murray and Director Kent and Ms. Marder on this, and I appreciate all their insight, but there's a disconnect. There's something that's not adding up to where there is a 24% goal, and 6-7 years later, we're only at 3.5% participation. So just want to bring that to your attention and figure out what can we do to get more accurate numbers or more participation on these items.
Okay. And I will tell you, it was led in 2014, and that 24% goal was wrong. So I will just say that should not have been put on this particular contract. It is a cybersecurity contract. It was done by work order. It is true that Virtuoso is a MWBE serving as a prime. So it is a MWBE serving as a prime in this case. But the initial goal was wrong. When they issued these work orders for cybersecurity, there was simply very little work that was divisible, where there were other MWBEs were available, because very little of that work was outside of the cybersecurity space. So it made it very difficult. It does create issues when the goal comes out as it did, and then the companies don't achieve that, and then we're having to explain it. So I do agree that we have to do a much better job on the front end of more accurately imposing the MWBE requirement. In this case, city failed to put an accurate percentage on the front end, and now we're having to explain it on the back end. So I agree with you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Sure.